Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you all you need to know about ProtaDetails 2021, the latest structural members you can design and detail, and all the things you should note in this latest version. Follow me as we dive into the video. This is Chevjin Academy. In this video we are going to walk through the ProtaDetails 2021. If this is your first time, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. I really appreciate all of you guys that have watched and subscribed to this channel, and especially those that make comments. Few weeks back, I created a video on ProtaStructures 2021 where I walk you through the new user interface of ProtaStructures, where you can find all your modeling tools and your design settings and tools. So I received a comment from one of our subscribers asking me to create a video on ProtaDetails 2021 latest update. So this is why I'm making this video. But before we go into the video, if you are someone that is passionate about learning structural design, learning civil engineering design, you can head over to our website www.chevjinacademy.com. Then you come to all courses. So on this website you learn courses related to manual design, wind load, structural design with different softwares, and all these courses are practical oriented. You are going to be working with a real life project, and you also have access to get the course at a 50% discount in the next few weeks. So try to check it out. So this is the ProtaDetails 2020 interface. As you can see, there is really no major difference as compared to the older versions that we had. So you can create your detailing for structural members, especially for slab, using these icons that we have here, or you can come to reinforcement and you can also always have them to insert formworks and insert reinforcement for any structural component. So but the two major things that I find interesting in ProtaDetails 2021 is you can now design and detail swimming pools. Before we only have retaining walls, but now you can now design pools. Just click on it, then from here you can select from varieties of pool gallery that they have. They only had 5 kind of swimming pool, so you can just select any one. Once you select, then you edit all these parameters there to your own project. Then for the slab, you just put the parameters as you want. Then properties, you edit the property. Each of these walls, you can always edit them and then pick your design code. You can design to the Euro code, to the US, and to the Turkey, and you can pick different kind of settings for your swimming pool, such as the structure, the soil profile, the soil model, and just edit all those ones to your choice. Then from there you can determine your design. Then after your design, you bring out your detailing. Then you can get your detailing from here and also get your reports. So I think that is really awesome for ProtaStructures to incorporate swimming pool design. Then another thing that I find also interesting is the ability for you to input some engineering settings, your design settings. Basically, if you come to engineering utility, so this is also a new tab that was incorporated. So under this engineering utility, there are a lot of things you can set. For example, you can set your cover and your anchorage. Then you can set the position of beams for columns, shear wall, and slab. Then you can set the position of the rebar and also the design code for your concrete element. Then just like what we had, you can set your cover, your anchorage length based on your own specifications. Then another thing that I find interesting is the rebar area calculator. Here you can easily calculate the maximum. Just put in the minimum spacing, the maximum spacing, the bar step, and it's going to calculate the spacing for you based on your based on the parameters that you input. So based on the parameters that you input, then also you can come to unit conversion. So here you can convert from one unit to another. So I think this is really just is really nice. Then also one thing that I also find really cool is the simple beam analysis. So under the simple beam analysis, you can simply design, analyze a beam. So that is, you'll be able to have the shear force, the maximum shear force, the maximum moment value, and the maximum deflection value. So all what you just have to do is just to edit all the parameters there. For you can choose the support condition if you want to design a cantilever beam or a fixed end beam, or maybe one of the end is fixed and the other one is simply is hinged. Or so then you can determine the type of load. You can put a concentrated load or a uniformly distributed load. For uniformly distributed load, you can, if you want a uniformly distributed load, a UDL, you just make sure that this load here and this load here has the same value. But when you change the value of one of the load, that is for this end, the value of the load is 10 kilonewton per meters, and for this end, the value of the load is also 10 kilonewton per meters. So let's say I want to make it a uniformly varying load. I want to make this part to be 20. So I just have to change this thing to 20. Then you have a uniformly varying load on the beam. So from here you can easily design your uniformly varying load. So then you can also input your distance of the force from the left. Either, let me just say 1000. Let me just move it a little bit. That it moves away from the end. But if you want it to cover the whole length of the beam, just make sure that this is 0. Then if you also don't want the load to reach the right, you just have to edit this parameter or make it exactly the length of the beam. So then you can also change the elastic modulus, but since this is the elastic modulus does not really affect the analysis. So but if you uncheck this, then you can edit this value. Then the moment of inertia, this moment of inertia will actually based on your member selection. Like let's say you change this thing from concrete to steel, then you pick a steel section. Let's say you want to analyze an equal angle section of this and select, and you can change your design strength of the steel. Click OK. Then once all your parameters have been incorporated, have been inputted, then you can always have the value of your maximum shear force, maximum bending moment, and the deflection. So that is really nice. This hydraulic here, you can do some hydraulic flow design. So just pick your section. This one is for, especially if you are dealing with drainage design, you can simply do something like this: rectangular, trapezoidal, or circular section. Then you pick the calculation type you like to use, either flow depth, channel diameter, or channel slope. I think this is really awesome for then once you put in your parameters, then you can easily prepare your detail reports by just clicking on this, and boom, you are there. Then you can also do gradually varied flow. So just pick your section type and you can calculate. Once you calculate, then you can get your result either in tabular form like this or in visual form. But in this case, this one you cannot export. This one you cannot export the result. You can only see the result and make use of it for your project. I think this is really awesome. When you come to detail library, under detail library, there's really no new things that was added. We have the sheet, beam elevation details, shear wall elevation. So basically everything that we had earlier were also in place for ProtaDetails 2021. Then you can always export your drawing using the export DWG file. So let me now show you, when you are working on ProtaStructures, you can move to ProtaDetails directly, as I said earlier, by just clicking on this ProtaDetails icon here. Then it's going to load ProtaDetails for you. But I think the ProtaDetails is loaded already. That's why this guy is not loading. So let me just close it and then load ProtaDetails. So you can give it some time for it to load. Then from here, you can auto-generate your detailing based on your analysis result that you had on ProtaStructures, or you can start by creating a new drawing. So if you click on auto-generate detailing, this one is very easy. You just select all your parameters. Let's say I just want the detailing for my foundation and my third floor. So I will uncheck the other ones. Then here you can set the settings for your elements. For the form plans, you can set the scale. 1:50 is always the best. Then column detailing, you can also set it to 1:50. And elevation and schedule. The beams, I like my beams to be exactly the same dimension. So if you want to insert quantity table, check this and that. So this is just like all what we've been doing in the previous version. There is no really big update except the one that I've mentioned earlier. So once you done that, just click on draw, and you can click on any point and your details are going to be generated automatically. So those are the new things you can now find on ProtaDetails 2021, and I've showed you some of the awesome parts of the software, and I think they are really helpful. So if you find this video helpful, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. And I really appreciate all of you guys that are subscribed to our channel, and those guys that really comment on the content that we create. We really love you. Thank you. See you in the next one.